Start. No. You start.
Good afternoon. On behalf of all GAT schools, I welcome the principals, teachers, and students of physical education from Gokulam High School and Junior College, Vasant Vihar High School and Junior College, Lakshadam High School, and Yeshadam High School and Junior College, and Thanik School, and their families to the live interaction on Fitness Mantra. The esteemed speakers for today are Mr. Sujay Bandera, Certified Strength and Conditioning Specialist, NSCA from USA, Mr. Harish Suvarna, Director Sports, GIT, Mr. Hemant Nata, National Level Athlete, and Mr. Arup Das, National Level Athlete. My friend Gopika from Lakshadam High School will introduce Mr. Sujay Bandera.
The dedication towards understanding human anatomy and designing scientifically appropriate programs to meet one's fitness needs, Mr. Sujay Bandera has been a fitness coach for the last 20 years. He is a certified health and fitness specialist from the American College of Sports Medicine. He is also a fitness therapist accredited by the International Sports Sciences Association. In addition to being a certified strength and conditioning specialist from the National Strength and Conditioning Association. His level of competency in creating safe, effective, and multi-phase exercise programs has been instrumental in successful training and running taekwondo classes in all the schools of Goenka Trust. We welcome you, sir. Now, my friend Shravan from Yeshadam High School will introduce Mr. Harish Suvarna.
Warm welcome to one and all present here. So, Mr. Harish Suvarna is the Director of Sports in the Goenka Associates and Educational Trust. He has a Master's in Physical Education from North Maharashtra University and holds a Diploma in Coaching Athletics from Sports Authority of India, Patiala. He participated in Maharashtra State Athletic Meet held at Nashik in 1988, in Pune in 1990, in Thane in 1991, in Mumbai in 1992, at Pune in 1993, and again at Pune in 1995. He represented Mumbai University in the Inter-High Athletic Meet held at Calcutta in January 1990 and Gwalior in 1992. He has many achievements to his credit. He broke the record of 800 meters in the Mumbai University Athletic Meet December 1990. He was the captain of the Thane District Association for the Maharashtra Athletic Meet. He participated in the following events: 800 meters, 400 meters, and 40. Presently, he is the Joint Secretary of Mumbai Suburban District Athletic Association. Mr. Harish Suvarna has trained and produced many state and national level athletes from GHS, YHS, and LHS for brought Lawrence's. They won championships of MSGAA, AISM, Oyster Gymkhana, MSSA competitions from 2016 to 2019 consecutively. Welcome, sir. My fellow classmate will now introduce Mr. Arup Das.
Good evening, children. Good evening, children, and good evening, parents. It's nice to see so many of them here in the interactive section. I take this opportunity to welcome with me Mr. Sujay Bandera in this live interactive session.
Thank you so much, Harish sir. Good evening, all present here. I appreciate the introduction given by the students. Thank you very much for the same. It's really tremendous to see so many of the students opting for physical education as their third subject, and that shows your affinity and your interest towards the sport. The parents also joining in helps us channel the information to the wards. I appreciate and I express my gratitude towards GAT for such a platform to connect and convey to such a large audience. Thank you, Mr. Harish.
Yeah, it is indeed a great pleasure, sir. I would like to tell that when we started off with physical education classes in the year 2006 and 7, there were less students, around 20 to 25 students. Now it has grown in such a big numbers in these three schools, which has reached to around 300. And we can see this transformation in last 15 years. The children have really taken interest in sports. That is why we can see that tremendous change. Here we will also like to thank the parents also for supporting, and when this was showed as my introductory session, winning this many championship wasn't possible without the help of the students, with the support of the parents, the principals, the school management, and each and every one, the physical education teachers, the coaches. So this was the reason why we could win so many championships. Today we are here to discuss some detailed information about health, physical fitness and exercises. Health is a state of complete physical, mental and social well-being. And when we talk about physical fitness, it is related with health and well-being. But when we talk about physical fitness, every person doing his occupation, a lady doing her regular chores, is also a physical fitness. If you are able to do all your activity throughout the day, you are physically fit. It requires proper nutrition and proper rest. Exercise is a bodily activity which enhances and maintains physical fitness, health and wellness. Exercise actually requires a bit of goal. When we do, there is a goal in exercise. Like if an marathon trainers want to run a marathon, so his cardiovascular system has to be developed. So that is the goal. Same way, someone has to develop his muscles. So then the weight training is and other things by which he can improve his strength. So this way, every activities when we start for exercises is different. And for games and sports, if we talk about football, handball, basketball or any other activity like martial art also, we require physical fitness and exercises. The exercises designing is different for these activities to reach their goal and to determine their progress.
Okay. To put it in other words, like rightly said, exercise is any sort of body activity, whichever we are doing, which guides us towards the physical activity. Okay, and that develops your physical fitness, and indirectly you are again progressing towards your health. So all the three, okay, if you see, they are interlinked. Okay, if you are healthy, you can do some exercise. Exercise will help you improve your health, and that will build your physical fitness. Is it?
Yes, all three are interlinked. Yes. What do you think about the present youth as far as physical fitness is concerned?
Yeah, I would like to have the slide. Currently, when we speak, okay, so when a youth or anyone, like we focus on fitness, we should be talking about having sound health, good health. Okay, that will build up better immunity. Okay, which you might have heard the immunity word. Okay, in this pandemic, that is, the pharmaceutical companies, everyone have encashed on it, like immunity, building immunity. They sell so many zinc COVID and this and vitamin C and all. But what was the best thing? Like those who have been exercising, they could see their immunity level way high and they could bounce back though they were infected by it. Okay, the other thing is like you should have the same thing. The other thing is like you have the good sleep, okay, restful sleep that helps you again build your immunity and gain your good health. Okay, proper diet, again a balanced diet, that is a must. Okay, if you have everything in place, you'll be energetic, you'll be active, and you'll have functional independence. What do you mean by functional independence? At any stage of your life, you're not dependent on anything. You're totally focused on just achieving your goals. Okay, whichever field you are. Okay, that will help you. So that is all the byproduct. Now what happens is like our younger generation, can we have the other slide please? Our younger generation, they are focused on being thin. lean, they think that thin is healthy. Okay, lean is healthy, or they bulk up. Okay, we have six-pack abs. Okay, and then they resort to all supplements, which may not be, it doesn't carry any magic that you pop in and then you gain those results. Okay, the other most important term like is spot reduction. You might have heard about spot reduction, various machines, various trainers coming on the YouTube and telling that I'll reduce your. When clients come to me, they also have that. मुझे पेट कम करना है, okay, thighs कम करना है, hip कम करना है, okay, but it doesn't happen that way. So we have to educate, and you also should understand there is a different way the body stores fat and how it is eliminated. So spot reduction physiologically is not possible. So first we have to get that clear in our mind. So there is a specific way a body will be storing fat. So it might be a person storing the fat in the abdomen first, then it might go in the hips, thighs, then might come to the upper body, face, your neck region, and your upper extremity. The other person might have it in a different sequence, like he might put it on, the fat might get deposited on the thigh first, the hips, and then it might come to the upper body and various parts. So this is genetically determined how a person stores fat. Now what happens when we talk about spot reduction? So we may join a gym or we may join any activity program where you would focus on crunches. Okay, I want to reduce my tummy, so they put you on crunches. Okay, you'll be doing n number of crunches. That is not going to help you. So you have to be clear about it. The reason why this happens is the fat deposit, like I said, for every person is in a different pattern, systematic, unique pattern. So when it empties also, it goes in the same pattern. So to go in a simple way, like suppose you have a bottle and you fill it with a liquid. What happens? The base of the liquid will be filled up first and then it will come to the rim. But when you draw the water out, okay, with a straw, what happens? The upper portion will go first, empty first, and then the base. The same way, whatever you're focusing, wherever the fat deposit has gone first in your body, that will be the last region to get rid of. Okay?
Yeah.
That's about spot reduction.
Thank you so much. Do you think physical fitness certification is required before anyone entering into physical activity?
Yeah, that is a very important question, and it's a must. I would say it's a must. Anyone embarking on any activity, be it walking, you may call like tomorrow morning I get up and walk on the road. Okay? It needs you to answer these questions. Okay, it is called a PARKI form. It's available everywhere on the net. It has just simple 7 questions to answer. It's a self-assessment form. So when you answer these forms, any of the answer is yes, you need to have a medical clearance. So you have to have the general practitioner clearance, medical clearance, then you can, because you don't know about the underlying medical symptoms you may have. And suddenly that might aggravate when you start an activity. So yes, this is a very good thing. Like you have to have a self-assessment done, and then if you have any issues coming out of it, so you've got to have a medical clearance before starting any physical activity, be it light, moderate, heavy, you've got to have this. So I would say I've seen many of the students, like they, out of enthusiasm, they try to skip the warm-up, okay, or the cool down. So how important when you all train your students, how do you tell them?
Warm-up is most important part of the training session. It is just like when you have your food, you wash your hand and then you have your food. Same way is warm-up and cool down as far as the training sessions are concerned. Because when you do warm-up, there is a lot of blood which flows into the different part of your body. You can easily stretch and there is no injuries going to happen because you are already. It is also a preparatory phase for your next training section. So when you do a proper warm-up, you are ready for the next part to take the load. The intensity might be different for that activity. And cool down also again is the same way. When you start cool down, you gradually try to bring the body temperature down, the heart pulse rate down, which has gone up during the warm-up sessions, and then do stretches which are long enough, like 10 to 12 seconds you can hold. Whereas in warm-up section, you have to do dynamic type of stretching. Whereas in the cool down section, you have to put stretching at a slower pace so that you become prepared for the next session so that you can attend with full energy. This also helps in taking out the lactic acid formed in the muscles, which is a waste product, and which maybe if you don't do it, you might feel lethargy for the next coming up sessions, and the soreness of the muscles too.
So yeah, that's a very good explanation and explaining the importance of warm up and cool down. So physiologically, what happens is when you are warming up, okay, when you start with any aerobic activity, your heart rate gradually goes up. Okay, so the heart doesn't take it as a shock when you start an intense exercise. So gradually you will feel the muscles warming up. Okay, the reason why it is called warm up is like the temperature of your muscles. That increases the stretchability, like he said, rightly said. So increases the elasticity of your muscle, and then your joints and everything is not in a position like where you get injured. Okay, so you're saving your joints and saving your muscles and preparing them gradually. Okay, it doesn't come like a shock. Now, once you're done with your activity, if you stop suddenly, your blood pools in that muscle. So what happens is it doesn't return back. It's called a venous return. So the muscle will be holding the muscle. It's called blood pooling. So you will find soreness, lactic acid build up over there. So if you keep moving, like you said in the cool down, a static stretch or any form of which lowers your heart rate also and gets you moving, the blood will be pumped back to the heart. Okay, that clears it and you will have less soreness and you will be much prepared and recovered for your next workout. So never skip your warm up, neither your cool down. Okay, that's a very good thing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
What do you think about the goal setting for a long-term regime?
Okay, like goal setting is a must for anything in life. Okay, whether it be your academics or anything. So similarly, like for fitness, again this is a very important thing. Now what happens is like you will not embark. Okay, you enter a flight, sit there, which is heading towards Delhi, and then think, okay, I had to go to Chennai. Would you do that? Okay, it's something like that. So if you plan out properly, okay, I want to achieve so and so, only then you'll be reaching your destination on time and efficiently. Now these are the simple setting which is called a SMART goal. Okay, so what does it mean? It's an acronym of being specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and most of us know about it. Now, how do we apply this to the fitness thing? Now, suppose you got to your aim is like I just want to be fit. Okay, it's a vague goal. It's not specific. So you don't know what you actually are aiming for. So specify your goal. Okay, I want to run 21 kilometers or I want to do a full marathon. Okay, that is your goal. You want certain percentage, body fat percentage to come down. So that is a specific goal. Then what is about the next one, measurable? Now if you set the goal but you don't know how much percentage or how much kilometers you got to go, so it is not measurable. That won't keep you on the track. So that is your goal should be specific, it should be measurable. Again, the third one, what we come for is attainable. So if we set a goal too high, it will be difficult for us, and then we may lose interest in between, and because it is not achievable, and we may give up. So something which is more attainable is better. Realistic or relevant. Okay, if it is relevant, like the goal which you are pursuing, it doesn't carry any meaning in your life. If it helps you in your performance, okay, you are running 2 kilometer, 4 kilometer, 6, or it is helping you attain your goal, that is like reaching your 21 kilometer run, okay, then you will be after it because that will keep motivating you. The last one what is given there is time bound. Okay, if you don't have a time limit to achieve certain goal, what happens? Like you will procrastinate it. Okay, you will say, okay, kal karte hain, aaj nahi, we'll go for the next leg. So that way you will be skipping it. But if you have some time limit, say within 6 months I have to achieve this, then you will stick to your regime and you will achieve it. Now I would like to make it more smarter. So this is the general thing which in the corporates and all they follow. What I would wish is like we have smarter goals. That is, I would like to add E to it, which is evaluation of our entire sequence what we follow. Okay, so if we get stuck in a roadblock, what we do? We go back and we check what went wrong in our training. We will try to evaluate, and the R word which comes last is readjusting your goal. So when we reset our goals, we can find ways to get out of it and continue towards our goal. So that's why the goal is very important. Goal
Yes.
setting is very important.
It is actually very smart of you to put that smart training. Now we will call upon Mr. Arup Das. He is one of the ex-students and he is still doing athletics. He has been in athletics field from 1996 onwards, and he has continuously been doing athletics. He will tell you about the journey of athletics.
Good afternoon to one and all present here. I would like to introduce you to Mr. Arup Das, an alumnus of Gopudam High School and Junior College. He broke the record in 100-meter hurdles for boys under 16 in Athletic Meet 1997, organized by Mumbai School Sports Association. He has won many multiple district and state medals in juniors 100-meter hurdles and seniors 100-meter hurdles. He represented Mumbai University in All India Variety Athletic Championships in 100-meter hurdles and 400-meter hurdles. Not only this, but he has also represented Uttar Pradesh in 2015 at Kerala National Games, Trivandrum. Mr. Arup Das has associated with sports channels like 10 Sports and Star Sports and director marketing for Pro Wrestling League. He successfully monetized multiple ICC and BCCI-led cricket series, Pro Kabaddi League, Indian Super League, English Premier League, Formula One racing, and BWF, badminton series, and many more. He is also consulted for various sports properties like IPL, London Premier League, and Road Safety World Series. A warm welcome to Mr. Arup Das.
Arup, hello there. Can you please switch on your mic? Okay. Yes. Just hold on. Yes. Yes. Now you can.
Yeah, now that's perfect. Well, hello everybody. Good afternoon to one and all. Just to kind of start off with my a brief about my sports journey, if I may just let you know a bit. Sports has always been the most fun and aesthetic part of my life, and as a child, I have always been a very active child, very hyperactive child, if I may say, and sports generally came very naturally to me. For obvious reasons, it kept me calm and it kept me happy, in a happy state of mind, and thanks to the very well attended and very happening annual sports day that we used to have in Prabodhan, Goregaon West during my time, athletics automatically took the center stage. And to be honest, I wasn't a very talented runner and didn't manage to win a single medal by the time I was in 8th standard. And my whole aim was to actually win at least one medal in the annual sports day. That was like the biggest dream I had at that point in time. And so incidentally, I had joined the summer coaching camp, and that's the time when I came across Harish sir. And to my pleasant surprise, in the succeeding season, so actually became a part of Gokulam High School, and then it was like the blessing in disguise, and he took me under his wings. And that's the time, I kind of, started going for my training, and he kind of groomed me. And eventually, by the time I was kind of in my 10th standard, I had a bag full of medals, winning the 100 meters, 200 meters, 100 meters hurdles, high jump, long jump, short put, relays, of course. At the school level, in the school level, a lot of inter-school competitions. Also broke the 100 meters Bombay School's record way back in 1998. So that's how old I am, if you can calculate. So there's a saying, that nothing succeeds like success. So I was motivated, and Harish sir was the best coach one could hope for, a master technician. And the combination worked wonders. I went on to win multiple district and state medals, represented Bombay University 4 times in the All India Varsity competition, also represented UP, Uttar Pradesh, in the national games held in 2015 in Kerala. So I enjoy the sport, and it brings out the best in me, and it keeps you motivated, when it comes to taking care of your health and fitness and all of it. But I also strongly believe that winning medal is not the only essence of any sport. Of course, it keeps you, it makes you, really excited and elevated, and it gives you that ecstatic feeling, that kick you want to always experience. But the whole process of actually training every day, as Mr. Sujay sir said, it's like a process. You have to have goals. and it's a continuous effort. Like you have to put in that effort every day, and eventually, when the season comes, when the time comes, you have to perform. So it's like when you prepare for your exams, you kind of do all the hard work, before like 1 or 2 months prior to the exams, and during exams you just revise. The same way it flows for any sport. All the hard work happens closed doors or behind the scenes, if I may say. And the competitions are just about execution. So the more you have trained, the more you have kind of trained the right way, if I may say. It's not only about training; it's training the right way. It will get you somewhere in life when it comes to your sporting performances. So yeah, and what I'd like to address the parents too who are out here. So children are of course there, and parents, like, if you have to perform, if a child has to perform, no performer is a solo performer. There is always a team, a team of coaches, parents, of course. When you go to a senior level, it's your doctors, your physios. They all come together to form a team, and only then, one can actually perform at his or her best. So at this level, when children are still in school, I would also kind of request parents to actually not only encourage children to take up any sport and encourage them to excel, but also, kind of get into the fitness mode themselves. We all know the multiple benefits sports and fitness has on human body, and during COVID times, it became like very evident. Like everybody started following some of the other fitness rituals so that the immune system is boosted and whatnot. But apart from that, also there are a lot many other health benefits. Like it keeps your stress at bay, it helps you focus. It kind of boosts your immunity, and like there are multiple benefits. You can twist, turn, you can just eat whatever you want. You can just be yourself for the longest time of your life. So I'm happy to be out here and kind of meeting you guys. That's me for you at this point in time. Let me know if you have any questions. And one question I think Omkar had written, I think he's a chess player. So he had just written on the text saying that is it important to be physically fit for chess players as well? So I might say, Omkar, that I was a competitive chess player as well. I played quite a few rating games, and I was under coaching for 3 years. And I still play online, though, of course, with Stockfish and the rest of the powerful engines that you can think of at this point in time. So if you look at Magnus Carlsen, he's a 5-time world champion, and just like last week, he won the 5th championship. If you look at him and if you read about him, he is an ardent outdoor, he plays all the sports, right from rugby to basketball to football, and he's mighty good at it. At the same time, so when I say that, physical fitness also leads to mental fitness. You are more active, you're more, your thought process is quick, you're more sharp as a person. So that's that. I hope I answered your question. So it just helps you excel a bit more when you're physically fit. Thanks.
Thank you for inspiring inputs into this live interaction. Your passion, determination, and regular practice has helped you to scale such great heights. You have made your alma mater proud of you. We all here at GAP wish you success in all your future endeavors. Thank you.
Thanks, Arup.
Yes, now I would like to have Mr. Hemant Nagda. He is also an ex-athlete.
So, Mr. Hemant Nagda is an alumni of Yashodham High School and Junior College. He started participating in athletics at the age of 8 years. He participated in and won many medals in district and state level competitions in various events like 100 meters, high jump, and long jump. It was at the age of 13 years in which he started participating only in hurdles, and he represented Maharashtra at the national competitions in the year 2011 and 2012. He is now successful as a chartered accountant and is also pursuing his passion for sports through preparing for various hurdling competitions. Thank you for it. I would like to welcome you to this session of Fitness Mantra, sir.
Yeah. Hi everyone. I'm Heman Nagda. So just like Arup Bhaiya, I have also been training with Harish sir. So just to give you a background of how it all started. So it basically started from our annual school sports day only. So when I was in second standard, so we had our annual sports day, school sports day, and so I had won medals in our running events. So we had our primary teacher, Mr. Surve sir, Rajesh Surve sir, who kind of persuaded my parents to enroll me into athletics. So in my first inter-school competitions only, so I had won medals in all the three events. So that how it all started. So from that point of time, since 2008, I've been doing athletics, and currently, I'm playing. Currently I do only one event, that is hurdles. But prior to that, in school level, I used to do 100 meters, high jump, long jump, and now there's only a one event for hurdles. So the reason that I'm still doing athletics is basically only because the trainings that were given by Harish sir and the other other coaches uh, that are present at the GAT support as a support staff. So to give you a brief about the importance of having a good coach is when you have a good coach, you are able to sustain longer in whatever field of sports you are. So for example, I am into athletics because of the proper training mechanisms that were given by Harish sir. So I am able to last till now. But I've seen athletes, for short-term benefits, just switch their coaches, and they perform for 1 2 years, and then they are not there. So for the longevity in your career, you have to stick to one coach, and you have to uh, listen to whatever he says. He knows better than what you know at your age. So that is one of the most important things which I think all the young students should always follow. So from apart from that, Hari sir has also uh, has made us feel what is the importance of diet and what is the importance of proper resting and training. So he used to advise on what kind of diet we used to follow before our practice, post our practice sessions. Similarly, what kind of training. So he used to balance our training. So with a hard day of training, he used to give the follow-up day would be a light day of training. So your body does not burn out. So that also helps to keep going for longer number of years. And apart from that, as Arup Bhaiya also said, so winning and losing is just a part of the competitions. But what I feel is doing sports or taking up any sports is very important because it always helps you to have the right mindset in your life. It keeps you away from the bad habits. You also feel recognized among your family, friends, and also office colleagues, because currently I'm working, so I get to know what were the benefits of sports that I am reaping those benefits now. So basically you will be able to see the difference when you cross the age of 25 or 30 years. So choosing one sport, be it any sport, it is very important. It helps in your academics, but along with academics, it also helps you in your other parts of life. So I would personally recommend all to take up some sport if you are not following any sports, and if everybody is following some particular sport, keep doing the hard work. You are just one step away from success, and you can be the next Neeraj Chopra of India. So you have to just keep doing what you do, train rigorously and religiously. And lastly, I would like to thank Harish sir for letting us, giving us this wonderful opportunity to interact with you all. So I feel that apart from winning, what I've done to be able to remain connected with Harish sir and also to train with Arup Bhai, I feel that is a big achievement for me and also a blessing. So thank you everyone.
Thank you for sparing your valuable time and enlightening us. I would like to thank all of you on behalf of all my fellow students and teachers and faculty of GAT. And we wish that you pass with flying colors. Now, I would like to introduce Mrs. Chandrik.
That was really nice.
Yeah, it was really wonderful by both of the students, Arup Das and Hemant Nagda. They have shared their experience very well. It also shows over here that when we do a training, that is what Hemant said, that they can last for longer. So this is what is all about sports. It's not for a short time benefit. You train but don't strain. So it is only after a certain age when you put your efforts, you progress and you go. But overstretching or overtraining can be hazardous, and you will have a short career as far as your any activity is concerned, any sports.
Yeah, that's a good point which you told. The other point what I liked about Arup, he was telling about winning the medal. So he had set his eyes on the medal. That was his goal, and then how he used it. The most important thing which you told, Arup, is like the journey. Okay, the person should enjoy the journey, the process. Okay, and of training. Okay, so that is the one most important motivating factor which has kept you on. I feel I am right. Okay, so enjoying the journey is a very good thing. The other thing I appreciate about you all is the love you all have for your coaches. Okay, all the trainers who have been behind you and the way you all appreciate. Okay, that is very important. Having a good coach, yes. Okay, as in Google Map. Okay, jahan jana hai. Okay, you need to find out. Okay, well, and they'll find you the shortest route how to reach you. So really, I appreciate both of you all. Keep it up. God bless you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
About overtraining, if we talk on it, like what are the symptoms? Like how do we come to know, okay, that a child, okay, student has overtrained? Okay, what are the symptoms we can
Yeah.
like
If
identify and tell them?
if a child comes home and he feels fatigued, lethargic, his diet is come down, he looks little dull. Over a period of time, you can understand that the child is training to an higher extent, which is not required. So there itself, you can do some changes in him. You can give him, the coach can give him them recovery or any other modes like massage is there. Sleep is the best form of recovery. So that is how we can counter it by keeping our self-assessing it also.
Yeah. So you mean to say overtraining can be avoided? Like if you come to know the symptoms on time, like lack of sleep, okay, your immunity dips, okay, you catch cold, okay, those are the various symptoms which you can understand, and you're not prepared for the next session. The body is sore. That means you're overtraining. So you need to have proper rest and recovery. So how to do it? How to go about the rest and recovery is have proper sleep, like I said, proper diet, okay, massage, and there are foam rollers and all available nowadays. Like you do the foam rolling, and that prepares you for the next session faster. Okay, there are many more methods like cryotherapy and a number of things coming which the elite athletes are using right now, and currently they are available in India also. Okay, so those techniques, like if you apply and proper form, okay, which are very important, like how you do it. Any exercise you do, the form is the most important thing. So don't do it with a wrong form. Okay, now always attend to pain. Okay, we neglect pain. Okay, now this is soreness, might be a soreness. You can't differentiate between good pain, that is a sweet pain, DOMS, that is delayed onset of muscle soreness, which is good for you because after exercising the muscles are repairing itself. And the other part is the injury. Okay, if the micro trauma and the recovery part, like I said, is not enough, you might injure yourself. So you'll have to take care of that. Never to push yourself so hard, overtrain, overreach, overexert, that instead of progressing, your body starts regressing. So those are the things you should be taken care of. one more thing, if I have time, I could tell. Like like this will be very useful for the coaches also, mostly for the coaches. When somebody gets injured, what do we do? There's a swelling or somebody bumps into something. So, what is the first thing?
Rice treatment.
Yeah, they go for the rice treatment. Okay. Now, what is rice? It is rest, icing. Okay.
Compression.
Yeah, compression and elevation. Okay, these are the things. Now, currently, like these are out of. Okay, so it's contradictory now. Now the funda is like there is an inflammation. So when you have an inflammation, if you apply ice, what are you doing? You are stopping the inflammation. Now, inflammation is a defensive mechanism. So the person, Dr. Gaba, who had invented this thing, maybe way back in 1978 or something. Okay, it's nearly 40 years we have been following that. But recent research says you should avoid icing it immediately. Okay, it gives you pain relief, sure. Okay, that is the only good part about it. But your recovery process, this for you athletes I'm telling, your recovery process will suffer. Okay, it will be delayed. Okay, so when you apply ice, you are stopping the inflammation. Inflammation is a recovery process. Okay, when your tissue is getting back to normal, there are three phases happening. Okay, first is inflammation, second is the repair work going on, and the third one is remodeling. Okay, they get back. So remodeling is a phase where we start doing some movement and all the physiotherapists normally are doing. But right now, if we stop the movement, like what happens is like that has happened with me also. With a shoulder injury, when I go to a physiotherapist, put me on sling. Even I have done that. So what that does, like that delays the recovery. So right now, the things are changing. So just check that, like you should be moving. The more you move, the better the movement and the strength you can regain and come back fast. So any anti-inflammatory thing or icing, everything delays the progress. So just check on these things also whenever you find that you are heading towards injury.
Yes, yes. And I would also like to add that even cross training can help you. Maybe a boxer is injured with his shoulders, so he can work on his leg, he can do cycling. Same way if an athlete is injured and has got a leg pain, he can continue with his fitness by doing some shoulder work, he can do boxing, or he can do any other game, or he can go for swimming. So he is not actually attacking the area which has got affected, but at the meantime he is keeping his fitness level so that as soon as he comes out of the injury, he can bounce back to his regular activities.
Other systems are in place and they are not suffered.
Yes.
Your cardiorespiratory system doesn't suffer, and that is a form of active rest.
Active
Okay,
rest.
what we call active rest.
Right.
So you're resting that part which is injured as well as you're keeping the other parts active. Okay, that's a very good point. And since you have seen Haris's students, okay, I would like to introduce one of my youngest student also, if we can have her. And I've been training her for just few years now.
Whatever said and how much ever researched, what you see is what you believe. When I talk of commitment, mastering a skill, dedication, and consistency, one can say it all here. I've been training Sunita Goenka ma'am for the past 15 years. With all the responsibility and commitment her work demands, she has been working out religiously. No supplements, no fat diets, or no influence of any infomercials. She has carved her path towards fitness in the true sense.
So hope that inspires all of us. You can see the longevity part of it, what we were just discussing. Like if you train the right way, you can last long. Okay, so till the time you're moving, okay, you should be fit. Okay, that's a message we would like to give you.
Yeah, and just to tell you, she was also a formal national level athlete, and then she had continued with the fitness, and with the right coach, she's still continuing it, all the fitness. If anyone has got any queries, any questions, you can please ask.
Raise your hand.
Raise your hands.
So students, there is a raise hand feature in Zoom. You all can raise your hands. So we pin you on the screen. Okay, we have Mohsin here. He has a question for you, sir. Mohsin, we would request you to please switch on your camera if possible.
Yeah. Hello, sir. My question is to Harish, sir. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes, you are.
Okay. Like Harish sir said, warm up is very important part. So, is there any specific time for warm up? Like you have to do 15 minutes, 20 minutes warm up, or like it is up to the individual how much time it requires. Like I want to know that. Like you said, warm up part. So warm up part requires a specific time. Like it should be like 30 minutes warm up or 20 minutes warm up, or it depends on every individual.
It all depends upon the activity which you are going to do. The next activity, if it is very intense and you require, like if it is going to be a speed workout, you need more warm up. If it is going to be an endurance type of workout, the warm up might be reduced, and according to your workouts, you can adjust your warm up. Mohsin, are you clear?
Okay. So, sir, does warm up like we have to do less warm up in summer and more warm up in winter, like that? Is it?
What you mean to say is the intensity will determine the duration of the warm up. So how intense is your workout? Based on that you determine, and depends on your fitness also. Depends on the area where you're working out. If it is an indoor thing, you need longer warm up. If you're practicing outdoor, you may need a shorter warm up. Is that right?
Yeah. The warm up also will depend upon if it's like for athletics event, if it is 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock in the afternoon, so definitely you will require a little bit less warm up. But if it is a cold climate just now in the month of December or January, the warm up sessions will go to a longer extent, because the body will get little more time, and at the same time you will have to cover your whole body parts during the winters. See that you come in a proper tracksuit and do it, whereas in the summers you can wear little lesser cloth also and do it.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay, here we have Shashank. Shashank, you can unmute yourself.
Good morning, sir. Good evening. Sir, I want
Sorry to interrupt you. Actually, you are not audible clearly. Can you please?
I want to ask a question on regarding short put.
Shashank, can you please write your query in the chat box? Okay, no problem. Here we have the next. We have Shlok Mane.
Sir, can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Can you please switch your camera on?
Sir, I got. Sir, can you see me?
Okay, Shlok, can you please come back? Okay, seems there is a network issue. No
I want
problem.
to ask that if
Shlok,
suppose there is a.
Shlok, you can put your query in the chat box. Our guest would definitely answer your query.
Yeah, sure.
Hello, we have Soumya here. Can you please switch your camera on? Soumya Shinde, can you please proceed with the question? Okay, let's see who else we have. Seems there are a lot of questions, but okay, we have Omkar here.
Hello, sir. Hello.
Yes.
Sir, actually means whenever I do workout or anything, sir my father had told me that we should need to means first do repetition. Means I do pull-ups and all. My father had told me to do repetition. Means should I or I should directly start with the heavy workout?
Sorry, more number you mean to say that you have been told to do more number of repetitions?
Yes, sir.
See, now you're talking about pull-ups, right?
Yes, sir. Pull-ups and means
For
all the other
pull-up,
things.
you can't vary your body weight, can you? So when you're lifting your whole body weight. So it doesn't make any sense, right? Because you can't do more number of reps with that heavy. But if you're doing an assisted pull-up, which is in the gym, that will take care of the body weight. Like you deduct the body weight.
Sir, I do an assistant pull-up.
You're talking about assisted pull-up?
Yes.
Yeah. If you're doing an assisted pull-up, yes, you can do more number of reps, but limited to not more than 22 max.
And sir, and the same thing about the bench press.
Everything, like it depends on your goal. What are you looking for? Now, currently, what is your age?
Sir, 16.
Yeah. So your growth plates are still not fused. Okay, you will still.
Okay.
So if you are loading yourself too heavy, okay, so that means you are doing some 6 to 8 reps. 6 to 8 reps. What happens is like you will be damaging the growth plate. So that might be the reason why your dad has advised you to take light weights and do more reps. So he's right in that sense. Yeah. Follow that advice. That's good.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome here.
Okay, sir, we have a question here in the chat box. Sir wanted to ask that if suppose there is a player who is not getting medals, how is he supposed to keep himself motivated? I think this question is for Harish, sir.
I will go back to what Hemant Nagda said, that losing is so much very important in life. And sports is the only field wherein a child loses. Otherwise, in other field, when you grow up, if you lose, you have lost. But in sports, time and again you lose, you go back, you prepare yourself, you participate in the competition, you lose again, you lose number of times. No one is going to tell you move out of there. So you prepare yourself so strongly, and this is the only part in your life where sports teaches you, even if you lose, you still gain something. So don't worry about the medals, but you continue practice. Definitely it will help you. As both the speakers have said, that when you do some type of physical training, it will assist you somewhere or the other. Definitely your studies side or anything in future. But you continue with it. Thank you.
Okay, anyone else? You all can raise your hands or you can put your queries in the chat box. We have a query. We have more questions coming up. Okay, we have a query from Pramit Irde. Sir, is it recommended to follow a specific diet chart at this age? I think this question is for you, sir.
See, about the diet thing, like it's always advisable to consult a registered dietitian. Okay, never go as per the advice of the trainers. They are not dietitians. Okay, every field has specialists. Okay, so always focus. Like if you are fractured, you won't go to a general practitioner. You go to an orthopedician. So if you are planning a professional approach towards your diet, then you need to go to a registered dietitian, and then whatever they prescribe, you got to follow that. Got it? Thank you.
Okay. Okay, there is a question from Charlotte. Sir, how do athletes deal with stress or a panic attack before an event? Sir, this question is for you.
This is something related to psychology. You have to prepare yourself well before the competition. I would like to know if, for example, you are a sprinter and you are going to run your 100 meters. So time and again, you have to go sit quietly sometimes in between your studies. Go to the field, feel yourself, you are taking the blocks, you are running it. You feel everything is there in place, like the announcement. Yeah, it is a visualization. You visualize the sound, you visualize the area, you visualize the winter, summer, heat, and prepare yourself for 15 to 20 days. Definitely you will feel you have become strong, and see to it that your goal is very clear. You see yourself what is positive in you put it in during this visualization sessions, so that the same thing will happen with you. So your confidence will increase. If you are a hurdler, you will focus on how good you are going to clear the hurdles. If you are an athlete and if you want to do a finish, you have to choose how you finish or how you start. So wherever the area, wherever you are weak, you have to work on it mentally, and definitely that will give you a 100% boost, and you will have confidence during the races.
Thank you so much.
Okay, Charles, it seems your doubt is solved here. Thank you so much. We have more questions coming up in the chat box from Akshara Saini. Sir, after the long break of a lot physical activity during the pandemic, which exercises should we start with to get back into the routine?
Now that depends on which activity you have been doing prior to the pandemic. Like I can't make out from that query whether you are performing, doing some athletics or some particular sports. Okay, whatever be it, the base level what you got to start is never start where you left it. Okay, you get back to the basics. Start it like you are starting from zero. Build up, and your progress definitely will be faster. But if you start directly where you left it, that might cause overtraining, what we just discussed, might cause some injury and pain and leave you demotivated. So ideally, you get back. Okay, you don't lower the bar and then start it. Okay, it's like you start right. Maybe when the leopard attacks, okay, it takes 4 to 5 steps back and then bounces. Okay, bounces on the prey, right? So you have to do that. You go back a bit, again build up, and then go for your goal. Okay, thanks.
Okay. Yes. There are a lot of questions regarding gym coming up here. So, sir, should a 16-year-old go to gym and there's a 14-year-old also?
See, gymming depends on your goal. We spoke about the goal. What are you focusing? I said if you are aiming for the six-pack abs and the quick results and those things, like better stay at home. Okay, it will be good for your parents. But if you want to develop strength, okay, the pure strength and all, then yes, definitely you should aim for and train under a certified coach, a knowledgeable coach. Okay, because most of the gyms we see, they are specializing in adults training. Okay, you're not many adults. Okay, so your growth pace and everything is different. So the person has to understand your morphology. Okay, most of the gym equipments are not of your size. Okay, not built on you. You might be short, or there are various things, like when you do a leg extension machine, there should be some adjustment which can be made which is safe for your joints. Okay, so if you are doing this training on the machine which is meant for adults, okay, that might also cause injury. Plus the trainer who builds up the program for you, if he is not aware of your growth stage, okay, he might prescribe you something wrong which might damage your growth plates and might stunt your growth, and then you'll blame that gym जाने से height कम होता है, gym जाने से ये होता है वो होता है, okay, and you'll be spoiling our business. Okay, so please don't do it.
Okay, there is another question. Which exercises should we do to increase height, and what should be the duration?
See, height is genetic. Okay, it can be enhanced. Okay, but any physical activity. Okay, but there is no pill that we give you and your height increases. Don't fall prey to any of such exercises or anything. People will say do pull-ups. Okay, it doesn't help. Okay, do that. The skipping doesn't help. Any form of physical activity which you can do moderately, that is the best for you. Okay, and what is the next part of it?
And what duration?
Okay, again the duration. That answers it.
Okay, we have Mithil Khose here.
Sir, I wanted to ask that we do many exercises first, the warm up, and then we do the main exercises. Sir, can you tell how much the duration should be, like a proper duration? Some guy can do 10 push-ups in some seconds, and some guy can do 10 push-ups in some seconds. So it matters, no, sir?
I didn't get you. Can you come back again? You're talking about the number of push-up or the duration of the total exercise?
Sir, the thing is that some people, some guys work out for 1.5 hours, 2 hours, and some get they are even 45 minutes or half an hour is okay for them. So I wanted the answer for the duration.
Now again, that boils down to your fitness. Okay, those working for 1.5 hours, okay, it's like silly. You have to do a quality workout, and it should be a structured workout which focuses on your particular that short-term goals. Okay, you have a long-term goal. You've got to reach somewhere, drop the body fat percentage, or increase your muscle mass, or different things. What you're aiming for, you have to build strength for your particular sport. Depends on that. And then the duration doesn't matter. It is the quality of the workout which matters. Okay, if you're an endurance athlete, then you have to do a prolonged workout. But if you're a speed strength athlete, you have to go for the power workout, and the duration will definitely be short because you can't sustain a high intensity exercise for so long. Okay, you have to be carried out from the gym.
Yes,
Right?
sir. Yeah, thank you, sir.
Welcome.
Okay, I think there are a lot of questions coming up here. Let's see the latest questions. Okay, Seema asks here, Sir, with the help of running daily, can one get lose weight if he wants to lose 7 or 8 kg, and how much time does it take? And how much time does it take? Okay, I'll get back to the question. Sir, with the help of running daily, can one get lose weight if he wants to lose 7 or 8 kg, and how much time it takes?
Okay, now this is a very interesting and a very common question. Like everyone focuses on losing weight. Okay, I would like to tell you there are different ways. You should be focusing on losing your fat mass, not the muscle weight or your bone density. So if you're focusing on like maybe somebody will tell you like you can lose 8 kgs in a month, okay, that is bad for you. Okay, you have to focus on the scientifically like if you're losing 500 grams, that comes with exercise as well as cutting your calories. Okay, now cutting your calorie doesn't mean that you starve yourself. It is also done in a scientific way. You cut little by little and maintaining your balanced diet. Okay, your protein should be in place, your carbohydrate should be in place, fat, everything should be in place. Okay, don't believe like you have to go zero carbs and all those things, like not needed. It will definitely reduce if you are doing a continuous run, but again you need to strengthen your joints and everything, so you need a complementary training of strength also. It's not only just running, because that will damage your ankle, your knee, your lower part. You need a proper conditioning program before embarking into running. Okay, and focus more on losing your body fat than losing weight. Okay, just be clear about it. Okay, this is a totally different concept. Okay, muscle weight is good for you. It will keep your metabolism high. That again will help you burn more calories. It's an active tissue. Fat is a dead tissue. So we focus on getting rid of the fat tissue from your body, making you more healthy, then losing your muscle mass. Okay, and that will make you sick and weaker. Okay, in your performance. I hope that answers the question. Thanks.
Okay. Okay, sir, do you have any social media page or where students can ask?
I'm very weak in this social media. This is the first time, like because of Goenka and Associates Trust, that I have been in such a in front of such a big crowd. Practically, I am training every day 150 students in Taekwondo. You are sitting here also, and many might be there. I don't know. But
Okay, here we have our.
I will start.
Yes. Yes, sir, definitely. Here we have our Facebook and Instagram handle, that is GAT Trust, and on Twitter we are Goenka Trust. So do follow us. You all can ask your queries there. So we forward it to sir,
yeah, sure,
and
definitely.
you will hear from the experts then directly. Thank you so much.
Yes, dear.
Yes.
I would like to welcome Mrs. Chandrika Raji.
Repeat that line. Repeat that line.
I would like to welcome Mrs. Chandrika Raji, Principal of Yeshodam High School and Junior College, to share her views on the event today.
No. Wait.
Good evening, everybody.
Yes.
Hope everybody had a wonderful session. Thank you all the unit speakers and the students of GAT who were a part of this particular session. Today's session mainly tells us that exercise not only changes your body, it changes your mind, your attitude and your mood. The session was about fitness mantra, and here we have few mantras to take back. First and foremost, goals. Goals for different exercises are different. For different activities, the goals are different. Similarly, the quality of workout is more important than the duration of the workout. Secondly, we were told to focus on better immunity, functional independence, proper diet, than what the present youngsters focus on, that is being thin, lean, and quick results. So we should not be on supplements, but we should focus on having better immunity. Similarly, spot reduction should be avoided. That was one of the mantras given to us. We also had PARQ, which we have to follow before we start up with any activity. That was a good mantra, so that before we start up with any activity, we know where we stand physically and are we fit enough to start a particular activity. Next, the importance of warm-up and cool-down sessions. That was really important. Usually children try to avoid warm-up and cool-up, but in today's session we have understood that how important is the warm-up and cool-down sessions. The SMART goal setting and the added part, that is the E and the R, that is evaluation and resetting our goal. That was also a very important takeaway today. Then we had Arup Das, who had to say that winning medal is not the essence of any sport, but the complete journey is very important. I think everybody will agree to it. Parents, when you ask your children to enroll themselves for any activity or participate in any activity, they should also train themselves for some physical activity. Similarly, the question asked by the chess player, that is physical activity important for a chess player, and very rightly told, yes, physical activity is equally important for a player who sits at home and plays chess, because physical activity improves your mental ability. Hemant Nagda told that follow the advice of one coach. Please do not keep switching on your coach advice. So let us all follow what he has told. Then the tips on how and why overtraining should be avoided. That was also very well explained here today. Very important, the conventional RISE technique on having any kind of injury. The conventional method, how it has been changing and how we have to update ourselves with the recent know-how of how to manage our physical injuries when we are during a training or during an activity. Last but not the least, Sunita Goenka madam's video has just told us that we have to be stronger than any of our excuses. Similarly, I would like to end here saying that take care of your body. It's the only place you have to live in. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. I am Anushka Patil from Lakshadham High School, and on behalf of the students of Gokuldham High School and Junior College, Yashodham High School and Junior College, Basant Vihar High School and Junior College, Lakshadham High School, Thane Police School, and their families thank Mr. Sujay Bangera, Mr. Harish Suvarna, Mr. Hemant Nagda, and Mr. Arun Das for taking out time to enlighten us on the importance and benefits of fitness. As it is rightly said, a healthy mind resides in a healthy body. Make fitness a way of life, not a destination. as nothing will work unless you work. How beautifully you blended the need of fitness, passion for sports, and the right way to achieve your fitness goal. Your fitness mantra will go a long doing all of us well. So get going, dear friends. I can sum up the whole interaction with a famous quote by the godfather of fitness, Jack Lerman. Exercise is king, nutrition is queen. Put them together and you've got the kingdom. Last but not the least, I would like to thank Mr. Narendra Rao for the technical help, our teachers and principals for guiding us, and the management for organizing such a beautiful session. We look forward to such inspirational sessions in future too. Thank you once again. I request all of you to log out now. I request all of you to log out now.